Attention, all Philadelphia Philly fans, Washington National fans, baseball fans, or Scott Boras fans. This next bit is about Bryce Harper. About a week ago, Bryce Harper's president of baseball operations with the Phillies, a guy named Dave Dombrowski, likely a Hall of Famer. Dave Dombrowski, GM of the Marlins, the first GM of the Marlins. Dave Dombrowski, Red Sox, Tigers. You remember him. Now Phillies. You remember when John Middleton, the owner of the Phillies, said, "We like spending stupid money," and Dave Dombrowski said, "I'll show you how to spend stupid money. That's my specialty." John Middleton going public saying, "Bryce Harper, you're so good," as the Phillies were working their way toward a World Series, which they never won, but they were playing well. They were beating teams. They were getting through October. John Middleton got ahead of himself and said, "Oh my God, we need to pay Bryce Harper. He's underpaid." Meanwhile, they gave him an insane deal, which is a total overpay, and they're about to get into the worst part of it. Well, Dave Dombrowski felt the urge, the need, in a postseason after elimination by the Dodgers in a tough way. They lost to the Dodgers. It wasn't relatively close. They lost in 4 games in the division series. Dave Dombrowski talked about Bryce Harper in a way that was wholly inappropriate, saying that he's not an elite player. He's a good player. Will he ever be an elite player again? Well, he's supposed to be, but will he be? We don't know. Well, guess what? Bryce Harper got together with his agent and said, I think we ought to react to this. And the reason we ought to react to this is that we have an opportunity here, Bryce. I want you to be hurt. I want you to give some quotes. I want you to say that all players get hurt, Bryce Harper. And he said that on Saturday. I want you to say that I hurt my wrist this year and missed a month. Of course I don't have full year numbers. Keep going, Bryce. Then talk about how disappointed you feel. Okay. It's disappointing to hear me being questioned about my contribution to the team. Tell him you're hurt. I'm just really hurt by that notion because I love Philly so much. Talk to the fans. I wanted these fans to know Philly's my home. So from the start, I made the commitment to stay here for the rest of my career. No opt-out. The reason you didn't get an opt-out is because Boras couldn't get you an opt-out because you got such a long contract and such a huge number of dollars. It was not a pillow deal. Anyway, I digress. Bryce Harper got 13 years, $330 million. Coincidence? Is it Bryce? Is it Scotty B? Roughly $5 million more than the $13,325 given to Stanton. Anyone remember that? Anyone? Bryce Harper has 6 years and $144 million left on his deal. Bryce Harper in the open market today. Would he get 144 over 6? Interesting. That's about what he would get. Maybe. Here's the thing. Do we think that Dave Dombrowski met the media and talked about Bryce Harper and it just came off the top of his head? Do we think for a minute that Dave Dombrowski is so bad at his job that he started talking about Bryce Harper and had no idea what he was saying? Or do you think that Dave Dombrowski knew exactly what he was saying and he was sending a message not just to Bryce Harper, but to the agent of Schwarber? Or the agent of Skubal, who could at some point become a free agent or be traded? President of Baseball Operations are talking to a lot of people when they're in the off-season press conference, the least of which is to you, the fans. They say they're talking to you and how unhappy they are and how they want to move forward and how they're excited to get back and how they're not satisfied and how they're disappointed, how we know you want it so badly, we want it as badly as you do. All of that is absolute. Who cares? Poppycock, ignore it. You got to listen to the messages that are said by the president of a team or the president or GM of the baseball side. Because we're talking to politicians. We're talking to other team executives. We're talking to player agents. And we're talking to players. Do you think that Dave Dombrowski thinks that Bryce Harper needed to be motivated by saying publicly that he is not elite anymore? Do you think that Dave Dombrowski doesn't know Bryce Harper well enough to know what Bryce Harper's reaction would be to Dave Dombrowski saying that you're not elite any longer. It's up to you whether you will be elite again. Do you not think there is a possibility that that conversation was purposeful and meant to put everyone on alert? That the stupid long-term contracts that we're doing, JT Realmuto, I love you, JT. You're not getting 6 years, buddy. The elite nature of the play that we've had in Philadelphia, you're all old. The ability to get everyone back to elite and to keep getting better when it shows that our postseason performance has gotten worse, our regular season has gotten better, doesn't matter. I don't want to be a regular season team. I want to be a World Series winning team. Dave Dombrowski's talking to everybody else. Why mention Bryce Harper? Why use him? Think it has to do with who his agent is? Think it has to do with the fact that Bryce Harper would come out and talk about how upset he was, and they knew that? Do you think that baseball is interested in whether or not Bryce Harper is hurt, sad, or upset by his comments, or his agent is? Well, I have news for you. Baseball's got a lot of fish they're frying right now, and this postseason's coming to an end no later than this Saturday. The most we have is 5 games left, and then it is Operation Off-Season, keeping salaries down, keeping years down for certain players, certain teams, in order to make sure that going into collective bargaining, there is a clear map to victory for the owners. All of that strategy is happening right now. I promise you.